Just 1 week ago, my legs were tired, swollen, and weak. I could barely walk from the armchair to the kitchen without feeling like I was dragging a pair of stones. Sleeping was uncomfortable, and by the end of the day, I felt as if every step had added years to my knees. But today my legs feel completely different. No, I didn't go to the doctor. I didn't start any new pills. I didn't undergo any strange treatment. The only thing I did was apply an oil. That's it. An oil that you probably already have at home, forgotten in a drawer or pantry. And in just 7 days, everything began to change. After 60, life is no longer just about looking good. It's about moving freely, without pain, without fear of stumbling or falling. It's about recovering that feeling of lightness we thought was lost. About feeling confident on our own 2 feet again. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly which oil it is, how to use it correctly, what changes you can expect, and why it works so well. And if you stay until the end, I'll also share 3 additional natural combinations that can help you even more. Because caring for our legs isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And doing it naturally, with affection and consistency, can make all the difference. Don't expect a miraculous recipe. What I offer you is something more powerful. A simple habit that can transform your relationship with your body. A brief daily ritual that will help you not only feel better, but reconnect with yourself. Now tell me, how old are you, and where are you watching from? I can't wait to read your answers in the comments, because we build this space together, and every story, every experience adds up. Ready to discover the oil that can bring life back to your legs? Let's get started. When we pass 60 years of age, our legs begin to speak to us. Sometimes they do so with cramps in the middle of the night. Other times, with that feeling of heaviness that follows us all day, as if we were carrying sandbags on our ankles. And other times, they simply stop responding as before. We no longer climb stairs easily, nor walk long distances without having to pause. But why does this happen? The answer isn't a single one. There are several reasons that, little by little, leave their mark. We start with circulation. As we age, our blood vessels lose elasticity. This causes blood to flow more slowly, especially toward the extremities, like the legs. When that happens, tissues don't receive enough oxygen and nutrients, and that generates that sensation of fatigue, tingling, and weakness. Added to this is something very common: fluid retention. Our bodies no longer eliminate excess water as efficiently. That's why the ankles swell, the calves feel tight, and by the end of the day, even shoes can feel tighter than usual. Swelling isn't just uncomfortable, it also hinders movement and increases exhaustion. And then there's muscle loss. After a certain age, especially if we don't exercise regularly, we begin to lose muscle mass without realizing it. What was once firmness becomes flaccidity. What was once strength turns to weakness. And without strong leg muscles, everything becomes twice as hard. Keeping balance, standing up from a chair, walking for more than a few minutes. We must also talk about cellular aging. Each of our cells has a limit, and when that moment arrives, they start working more slowly, regenerating less effectively, and inflaming more easily. This also affects the tissues in our legs, which lose their capacity to recover after exertion. Now imagine this. Mary is 73 years old. She has always been active, but for some time now, she has noticed that her legs are not what they used to be. It's hard for her to stand for long periods. They sometimes swell for no apparent reason, and at night, she often wakes up with cramps that force her to get up and walk around the house in the middle of the night. She has tried creams, massages, even supplements, but nothing seemed to fully relieve her, until she discovered a solution so simple that at first she thought it couldn't possibly work: applying a natural oil to her legs with a gentle massage before bed. It wasn't expensive, it had no side effects, and best of all, she could do it herself, from the comfort of her own home. After 1 week, the cramps diminished. Her legs, though still tired on some days, began to feel lighter, and for the first time in months, she slept an entire night without waking up in pain. This is not a miracle. It's science combined with tradition, because sometimes the most effective solutions don't come in a pill, but in a daily ritual that reconnects us with our bodies. Now the moment has come to reveal which oil we've been talking about. The one that, in just a few days, can help you feel your legs lighter, firmer, and more your own. The oil is called rosemary oil. Yes, it's that simple. Rosemary, the plant many of us have in the garden or kitchen, not only flavors stews. In fact, it has been one of the most widely used natural remedies throughout history to relieve muscle pain, improve circulation, and stimulate the body in a natural way. This oil is obtained by distilling its leaves and flowers. The result is a liquid with an intense penetrating aroma, simultaneously woody and fresh. A scent that awakens the senses and, when applied, leaves an immediate feeling of coolness, followed by a gentle warmth that slowly penetrates the skin. But this isn't just grandmother's lore. The medicinal use of rosemary oil has deep roots in cultures as ancient as Greek, Roman, and Arab. In the Mediterranean region, for example, it was customary to rub legs with rosemary oil after a long day of walking or working in the fields. Shepherds and farmers knew that this ritual not only soothed muscles, but also prevented cramps, swelling, and pain. And today, science has confirmed what popular wisdom already suspected. Studies conducted at European universities have shown that rosemary oil stimulates peripheral circulation. That is, it helps blood flow better in the extremities. This is key for older adults who suffer from cold, swollen, or fatigued legs. Additionally, it contains anti-inflammatory compounds such as rosmarinic acid and natural antioxidants that reduce inflammation and relieve muscle tension. In another study published in a Journal of Natural Therapies, researchers observed that applying rosemary oil with a gentle massage twice a day for 1 week significantly reduced muscle pain levels and improved mobility in older adults. And there's more. Its effect isn't only physical, but also emotional. The aroma of rosemary activates a part of the brain related to energy and mental clarity. In ancient Greece, it wasn't uncommon for students to wear sprigs of rosemary in their hair when they needed to concentrate. Now imagine this. You come home after a long day. You take out a small bottle of rosemary oil. You shake it gently, put a few drops in your hands, and begin to massage your legs. First the ankles, then the calves, moving upward with slow but firm strokes. The scent begins to fill the room. You feel your skin warming and the fatigue starting to dissolve. It's your intimate moment of care. It's not just applying an oil, it's reconnecting with your own body. And the best part is that this oil has no serious side effects, is non-invasive, and you can use it as often as you like. Some people mix it with a little almond or olive oil to make it milder. Others use it neat. Just a few drops are enough. In the next section, I'll explain exactly how to apply the oil step by step to get all its benefits and the best times of day to do it. But first, tell me, how long has it been since you dedicated a few minutes to lovingly care for your legs? Now that you know the oil and why it works, it's time for the most important part, how to use it correctly. Because it's not just about dropping a few drops and waiting for miracles. What's truly powerful is the ritual of care, the daily moment when you connect with yourself, when you give yourself permission to tend to yourself calmly and lovingly. Let's go step by step. First, preparation. The best time to apply the oil is right after your shower, when your skin is clean, your pores are open, and your muscles are slightly relaxed by the warmth of the water. If you can't do it after bathing, at least make sure your skin is clean and dry before starting. Hold the bottle in your hands for a few seconds or place it near a source of gentle warmth, like a warm towel, so that the oil isn't cold. A mild temperature makes it more pleasant to the touch and helps it penetrate the skin better. Now, application. Pour 5 or 6 drops into the palm of your hand. Rub them together gently to warm the oil with the heat of your hands. Start at the ankles, using circular, upward movements. You don't need to press hard, just maintain firm but comfortable pressure. Slowly move up the calf, passing the gastrocnemius muscles, and reach the back of the knee. Then return to the front of the leg, toward the shin, and repeat the motion. The key is always to massage in an upward direction, toward the heart. This stimulates circulation and helps reduce fluid retention. When you reach the thigh, spend a little more time there. That area often holds more tension than we imagine. Make long, enveloping strokes, as if you wanted to embrace your leg with each pass. Do it at a slow rhythm, breathing deeply. Your breath is part of the treatment too. One leg may take 5 to 7 minutes. There's no rush. Treat it like a moving meditation. How often should you do it? To notice real results in a short time, it's ideal to apply it twice a day for at least 7 consecutive days. Once in the morning, to start your day with energy in your legs, and once at night, just before bed, to release the weight accumulated during the day. After that first week, you can continue applying it once a day, depending on what your body needs. Some people make it part of their daily routine, like washing their face or brushing their teeth. Want to enhance its effects even more? Here are some additional tips. First, elevate your legs after the massage. Just lie down on your bed or couch and put a couple of pillows under your feet so they're above heart level. This helps venous return and improves the feeling of lightness. Second, if your legs feel very tired, you can place a warm cloth after applying the oil. The combination of moist heat with rosemary amplifies muscle relaxation and allows the active ingredients to penetrate deeper. Third, accompany the massage with deep breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose, count to 4, and exhale gently through your mouth. Do this as you massage. You'll notice not only your legs relaxing, but your mind as well. And one last tip. Do it without distractions. No television, no phone, no background noise. Just you, your hands, your body, your breath. Let that moment become a little refuge of calm in the middle of the day. Now that you know how to apply this oil correctly, I want to tell you what you can expect if you do it for 7 consecutive days. Because yes, 1 week can make all the difference, especially if you've been feeling your legs heavy, stiff, or simply disconnected from your body. Let's go through day by day what many people experience when they give themselves permission to care with something so simple and powerful. Day 1. The first application is a discovery. You notice the fresh, herbal aroma, the warmth of your hands, the contact with yourself. You may not feel a physical change immediately, but you do feel emotional relief. You're doing something for yourself, intentionally. That alone is worth a lot. Day 2. The legs start to respond. You may find the end-of-day swelling is a little less, or you might sleep better because your legs feel more relaxed. This is the day your body begins to trust that you're paying attention. Day 3. The surprise begins. You walk around the house and suddenly realize you're not dragging your feet as much. Your stride feels freer. Nighttime cramps, if you had them, may start to space out or even disappear. It's subtle, but it's there. Day 4. Your skin changes. If it used to feel rough or dry, now it has more elasticity, a natural glow. Some people even notice a slight reduction in cellulite or spots, because the oil improves microcirculation and provides deep hydration. Day 5. Something many don't expect appears. Confidence. You feel more secure walking. Maybe you climb stairs without hesitation. Your legs no longer feel like an obstacle, but a living, strong part of your body. Day 6. You begin to move more. Not because someone told you to, but because your body asks for it. You might walk to the corner, do an extra set of gentle exercises, or stand a little longer without wanting to sit. The oil acts, yes, but so does your mindset. Day 7. You look at your legs and notice the difference, not just in how they look, but in how they feel. They're lighter, less swollen. It's not a miracle, but it's a real change. And the most important thing is, now you know you can keep improving. That this wasn't a luxury, it was a necessity. Of course, every body is unique. If you have severe circulatory issues, lymphatic problems, or very limited mobility, the process may be a bit slower. But that doesn't mean it won't work. It means your body needs more time and patience to respond. Some people feel changes from day 1, while others take longer to notice. The essential thing is consistency, and above all, listening to what your body tells you. And if at any point you think, this isn't working, pause and remember, you're breaking years of neglect, disconnection, and passive habits. You're awakening energy in your legs that deserves respect and time. I want to share the story of Teresa, a woman of 78 who wrote to us recently. She said she had stopped going for walks for fear of falling. Her legs hurt. She felt they didn't respond. One day, her granddaughter gave her a little bottle of rosemary oil and showed her how to apply it. Teresa was skeptical at first. "This is nonsense," she said. But on the third day, she noticed something. She got out of bed and didn't feel that weight forcing her to sit down again. By the fifth day, she went into the garden and spent more than 20 minutes pruning her plants. On the seventh day, she called her daughter excitedly. "Today I walked without fear." It wasn't just the oil, Teresa said. It was about feeling alive in my body again, about regaining that little control, that pleasure of moving my legs without thinking about pain. And like her, you can also recover that power. In the next part, I'll tell you how to further enhance the results of the oil with some simple, natural, and effective habits. Because when you combine the external with the internal, changes not only show, they last. Now that you know how to apply the oil, how it acts in your body, and what to expect during the first days, I want to talk to you about something even deeper. Something nobody usually mentions when we talk about physical care. Because this oil, these massages, these minutes at the end of the day, are not just a remedy for the legs. They're an act of presence, a way to return to yourself. Let me ask you a very simple question. When was the last time you touched your legs with affection, without haste, without shame, without judgment? Not to apply a cream quickly, not out of routine. I mean touching them as you care for your face, like caressing something you value. It's curious how, over time, we stop touching parts of our body that we use every day. We walk, we lean, we carry life's weight, yet our legs sometimes seem forgotten, invisible. We look in the mirror for wrinkles, but we don't stop to feel our tired legs. We worry about the skin on our neck or hands, but not the tension that accumulates in our thighs or knees. And here's something powerful few mention. The simple act of touching yourself, of massaging yourself, of paying attention to yourself, can transform the way you feel about yourself. When you apply the oil, you're not just activating circulation or relieving pain. You're also activating your nervous system in a very special way. Conscious touch stimulates nerve endings that send a direct message to your brain. I'm here. I'm taking care of myself. I'm alive. That changes everything. Studies show that physical contact, even self-contact, can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and improve self-esteem. Why do you think a comforting hug feels so good? Because the body needs to feel held, and when there's no one else to do it, you can do it for yourself. It's not an exaggeration to say that a daily massage can strengthen your emotional state as much as your physical state. Because in every stroke, in every gentle pressure, in every circular movement with the oil, you're sending a message of self-love, acceptance, and respect for your body as it is today. This has no age limit. It's not about aesthetics. It's about connection. A woman of 83 wrote to me recently, "I never thought my legs still deserved attention. I was ashamed to look at them. But since I began massaging them with this oil every night, I feel something different. It's not that my legs have changed that much. It's that I have changed how I see them." That testimony touched me deeply, because over time, many older adults, especially women, feel their bodies no longer deserve to be touched, cared for, or celebrated. And that isn't true. Your body deserves love every day of your life, even, or especially, when it needs it most. This small habit may seem simple, but at its core, it's an act of rebellion, of dignity. It's telling age, I will not let you disconnect me from myself. I will not stop caring for what supports me. These legs have carried me this far, and they will continue to carry me as long as I honor them. In the next part, I want to show you how you can complement the use of the oil with some natural practices that boost its effect, from gentle exercises to infusions and simple postures to activate circulation. But before we continue, take a moment to look at your legs. Really look, thank them, and tell yourself, they deserve more than fatigue. They deserve care, affection, and respect. So far, I've told you about one main oil that can transform your legs in just 7 days. But it's not the only one. Nature has given us more than one option to soothe, strengthen, and revitalize our legs. Today I want to introduce you to 3 powerful alternatives, each with unique properties. One of them may suit you even better. And the best part is that all are accessible, natural, and easy to use. Let's discover them. First option, arnica oil. Arnica is a yellow-flowered plant that has been used for centuries in natural medicine, especially in Europe and Latin America. This oil is ideal for people who suffer from inflammation, frequent bruises, or muscle aches. Do you have swollen legs at the end of the day? Do you feel like any bump leaves you with a bruise? Or do you simply notice muscle pain after walking or standing for a long time? Arnica may be your best ally. Arnica oil helps reduce inflammation, activates local circulation, and has a natural analgesic effect. That said, it must be used with caution. Important precaution: never apply it on open wounds or irritated skin because it can cause reactions. If you have very sensitive skin, it's best to do a small patch test first on your arm to make sure it doesn't cause itching or redness. You can use it alone or mix it with a little olive oil or sweet almond oil to soften its effect. Second option, lavender essential oil. You probably already know lavender for its relaxing aroma, but what you might not know is that this oil also helps with circulation, nighttime cramps, and insomnia related to leg pain. This oil is perfect if, besides physical discomfort, you need a bit of emotional relief. Do you struggle to sleep because of leg discomfort? Do you feel anxious or stressed at the end of the day? Then lavender is for you. It has a calming effect on both mind and body, and when applied with a gentle massage on the legs, it relaxes muscles, reduces tension, and improves sleep. Precaution: although it's one of the safest essential oils, it's always wise to dilute it in a carrier oil, such as coconut, jojoba, or almond. A few drops are enough to reap its benefits. Third option, horse chestnut oil. This is the favorite of those who suffer from varicose veins, poor circulation, or the sensation of heavy legs all day. Horse chestnut is a medicinal plant widely used in Europe, especially in Germany, where it's employed to treat chronic venous insufficiency. That is, when veins don't pump blood efficiently. This oil helps strengthen vein walls, improves circulation, and reduces swelling. It's ideal if you have visible varicose veins, if your ankles swell easily, or if at the end of the day you feel like your legs aren't responding. Precaution: it's not recommended during pregnancy or for people with clotting disorders or those taking anticoagulants. Always consult your doctor if you have doubts. Can I combine them? Yes, you can, but wisely. A good homemade blend, for example, would be 2 tablespoons of almond oil as a base, 5 drops of arnica oil, 3 drops of lavender oil, 2 drops of horse chestnut oil. Shake well, warm it slightly between your hands, and apply it with the massage technique you learned earlier. This formula combines the anti-inflammatory power of arnica, the calm of lavender, and the circulatory action of horse chestnut. It's like a complete treatment for your legs. But remember, less is more. You don't need to use all the oils every day. You can alternate them according to what you need. Do you feel muscle pain? Use arnica. Are you tense and can't sleep? Lavender. Do you see your veins more pronounced? Horse chestnut. Listen to your body. It will tell you which oil benefits you most at that moment. And if you decide to combine them, do so gently, respecting your skin and always watching how it reacts. So far, we've talked about oil, massage, the power of touch, and how certain plants can bring life and strength back to your legs. But there's something just as important, and that very few talk about. Oil alone doesn't perform miracles. Caring for your legs, strengthening them, relieving them, also requires movement, proper nutrition, and rest. Today we're going to talk about what you can do, besides massage, to keep your legs healthy, strong, and active. And the best part is, you don't need a gym, special machines, or expensive supplements. Just a bit of willpower, consistency, and your own body. First, walk. But walk mindfully. Gentle walks are one of the best ways to stimulate circulation in the legs. You don't need to go running or cover long distances. Sometimes, walking 15 or 20 minutes a day is enough. But the key is how you walk. Do it with comfortable shoes, with a straight back, breathing deeply, and swinging your arms lightly. It's not a race. It's a gift you give your body. Walking activates muscles, pumps blood toward the heart, and reduces the risk of swelling. Even if you have limited mobility, you can walk inside your home or in hallways. The important thing is not to stay still all day. Second, gentle strengthening exercises. Did you know that many leg problems don't just come from age, but from a lack of muscle strength? When muscles are weak, joints suffer more and circulation slows down. Here are 3 exercises you can do at home, sitting or standing. Heel raises. Standing, hold onto a chair and rise onto your toes. Lower slowly. Do it 10 times. This strengthens your calves, key for venous return. Leg extensions. Sitting in a chair, extend one leg forward, hold for a few seconds, then lower. Switch legs. This strengthens thighs and knees. Ankle circles. Sitting or lying down, lift one leg and make circles with the ankle. Helps mobility and prevents stiffness. You can do these exercises in 5 or 10 minutes a day. It's not about doing a lot, but about doing it every day. Third, stretch your legs. Upon waking or before sleeping, gently stretching muscles can relieve tension, improve elasticity, and reduce nighttime cramps. A good stretch is as simple as sitting on the bed, extending one leg, and trying to touch your foot with your hand. It doesn't matter if you reach it or not. What matters is the gentle effort, the breathing, the connection with your body. Now let's talk about what you eat. Circulation also feeds itself. There are certain foods that have properties that favor vein health, reduce inflammation, and help avoid fluid retention. Some of them are garlic, improves circulation and cleans arteries. Ginger, a natural anti-inflammatory, perfect for circulation. Turmeric, helps combat chronic inflammation. Red fruits like blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries, rich in antioxidants that protect blood vessels. Water, essential. If you don't stay well hydrated, your blood thickens and legs swell more easily. It's also important to reduce salt, as it favors fluid retention, especially in the ankles. And finally, rest. Sleeping well isn't just for the brain. During rest, your body repairs tissues, activates internal cleansing processes, and reduces inflammation. Sleeping little or poorly can worsen tired leg symptoms. If you can, elevate your legs slightly at night by placing a pillow under your ankles. This helps venous return and prevents fluid from pooling in the lower legs. You can also take short breaks during the day to elevate your legs and close your eyes for a few minutes. It's not laziness, it's self-care. In summary, oil is a tool, a way to reconnect with your body and relieve discomfort. But if you want a real lasting result, you need to move, breathe, eat well, and rest. It's not about doing everything perfectly. It's about caring for your legs as you care for the things you love, with time, attention, and affection. We've almost covered the whole journey. We talked about how our legs change with age, about a powerful oil that can help you, how to apply it, and how to complement it with good habits. But as with anything that truly works, questions are bound to arise. So in this section, I want to answer some of the most common questions I've been asked since I started talking about this topic. First question, can I use this oil if I have varicose veins? The short answer is, yes, you can use it. The long answer is, it depends on how you use it. Varicose veins are dilated veins that struggle to return blood to the heart. They're sensitive and should not be massaged vigorously. If you have varicose veins, avoid intense massages or direct pressure on the affected areas. Instead, apply the oil gently, with upward, delicate movements. The goal is to improve circulation without straining the veins. In this case, it's highly recommended to combine oil use with elevating your legs for a few minutes each day, avoiding crossing them when sitting, and wearing loose clothing. Second question, does it work if I'm over 80 years old? Of course. It doesn't matter if you're 60, 70, 80, or older. What matters is that you're consistent, respect your limits, and observe how your body responds. The body doesn't stop responding with age, but it does need more time and patience. Don't expect magical results overnight, but do expect real improvements when you use the oil with care and consistency. In fact, many people over 80 have told me they feel a sort of awakening after several days. Less heaviness, more desire to walk, fewer cramps. Third question, is this also suitable for men? Absolutely yes. Body care has no gender. The oil acts on skin, muscles, circulation, and we all have those systems. I've known men who, out of pride or habit, had never massaged their legs. But once they tried, they were amazed, not only by the physical effect, but by the sense of reconnection with a body they had stopped listening to. So if you're a man reading this, I say it directly. Yes, this is for you too. Fourth question, how long can I use the oil continuously? There's no exact rule, but ideally, you use it for at least 7 consecutive days, as we mentioned, to start noticing the first changes. Then you can continue using it regularly, once a day or every other day, depending on your needs. Some people incorporate it as a fixed routine after a bath or before sleeping. If you notice any irritation, redness, or unusual discomfort, stop use and consult a specialist. Remember that although the oil is natural, every skin is different. Fifth question, what if I don't see results? This is an important question, and I want to answer it with total honesty. Not all bodies respond the same. If after 7 days you don't notice improvement, it doesn't mean it isn't working. Your body may need more time, or there may be other interfering factors. Low mobility, poor circulation, fluid retention, medications. Here are some suggestions if you don't see immediate results. Review your diet. Are you eating too many salty foods? Are you well hydrated? Notice if you spend too much time sitting or with your legs down. That also hinders results. Try applying the oil after a short walk or after a hot bath to enhance the effect. Be patient. Sometimes the body needs more days to show changes. And most importantly, keep listening to yourself. This isn't a miracle cure. It's a self-care practice. And like anything worthwhile, it requires repetition, attention, and a dose of faith. Remember that caring for your legs isn't just relieving discomfort. It's reclaiming your autonomy, your energy, and your desire to move through the world. Do you know what I discovered after a week of applying that oil every night? That it wasn't just the oil making the difference. It was the gesture, the ritual, the time I finally dedicated to myself. It was looking at my legs, those that have accompanied me for decades, and for the first time in a long while, not seeing them with complaint, but with gratitude. Yes, it may seem like something small, a simple massage with a bit of oil before bed. But like many things in life, those little gestures repeated with care become real transformations. When you're consistent, when you do it with intention, when you give yourself that space, something inside changes. And I don't just mean that your legs feel lighter or you walk with less pain. I mean, you recover something we often believe lost with age, connection with our own body. So if you're here, listening all the way to the end, I want to tell you something perhaps no one said to you lately. Your legs deserve care. You deserve care. Not just for aesthetics, not just to avoid discomfort, but because every part of you has been with you in every step, in every fall, in every triumph. And now, more than ever, you deserve to treat yourself with that respect, that love, that attention you so often gave to others. Before chasing expensive solutions, before giving up, return to the natural, to what your grandmother used, to what wise hands already knew, to what your skin recognizes effortlessly. An oil, a bit of warmth, your own hands, and a few minutes just for you. That can be the beginning of a new chapter.